modeling photos of her. Like, hey, you look like a model. I want to take your picture. And she agrees. And once they get alone, he ends up attacking her and unaliving her. And after that, I guess he travels to Wyoming. And there he meets another nice young woman. And he's like, let me take modeling pictures of you. And she agrees. And once they get alone, he attacks her and he unalives her too. And after that, he ends up back in Los Angeles. And while he's there, he really uses that whole, oh, you look like a model, let me take your picture bit to lure women in. And he offers to photograph this 19-year-old woman, and then he unalives her and he dumps her on the side of the road. And he does the same thing to a 27-year-old woman that he meets. He unalives her too. And it just keeps going. About 6 months later, he kidnaps and unalives a 31-year-old woman. Now, at this point, the dude's gotta feel unstoppable. I mean, he just keeps SAing and attacking all these random women, and it's so easy for him. He just asks them if he can take modeling photos of them, and they agree. And then he gets them alone, and then bam, he attacks. In fact, he's so confident that he'll never get caught, he decides to put himself out there more. And he auditions for a TV show, The Dating Game, which is apparently the first reality dating TV show ever. And so, Rodney auditions for this show, and he's a handsome enough guy, and he makes a decent first impression, and so the producers cast him. I guess they just don't do background checks on these things. Now, if Rodney wins this show, if he beats out all the other bachelors, the prize is he'll get to go on a date with the bachelorette, which means he'll get her alone with him. And we've seen what he does to women when he gets them alone. And so the day comes, and it's time to tape the show. And Rodney goes to the studio, and he's all ready, and they call him out on stage.
Bachelor number one is a successful photographer who got his start when his father found him in the dark room at the age of 13, fully developed.